Let's pull up the charts of Som Distilleries, and that's the stock that we're going to talk about. We are joined by J.K. Arora, chairman of Som Distilleries and Breweries, joining in with us to talk about the growth outlook of the company in terms of any update that we could see in terms of the stock split decision that will be coming in soon as well, and a lot more. Thank you so much, Mr. Arora, for joining in with us this afternoon on ET Now. It's always a pleasure having you on the show. So, I want to
Thank
talk
you.
about one of the things that's been happening, and we've been seeing consistently over the last couple of years, is that the promoters are increasing the stake in the company. Anything specific that the promoters are targeting in terms of a shareholding that they want to hold, and what is the target that they have that they want to hold in the company? As of now, when I'm looking at it, December 2023, promoters held around 34.7% stake. So, will the promoters be increasing more of their stake?
See, I am the person who have started this company from zero, this thing in 1995. So I know exactly how much is the potential in the business and in this company. Due to SEBI restrictions, there was uh, they didn't allow us to, our holding was somewhere in 24%. So they were not giving us the permission to increase the holding for more than, because of 25%, then you have to give an open offer. We had 2-3 years continuous persuasion with them, and then finally we got the permission to increase the holding. So since then, this is about 2.5 years. So since then we are continuously trying to increase our holding. If you compare the other liquor companies with the Som and its performance, you will find the equity of the prices of the Som is still very low, I would say. The kind of business growth is in the beer business and in the liquor business, as we are witnessing all over the country. I am quite confident and hopeful that in the coming time, the business will grow more and more. So our obvious interest is to reach at least 50%, 51% level of the equity holding.
Okay. This 50-51% level of equity holding that you're talking about, will this be achieved, say, in the next 1 year, 2 years? By when do you expect to do that? And as you were saying that the current share prices don't reflect the right value of Som Distilleries, what, as per you, should be the current or the right value of Som Distilleries currently?
You see, saying anything from my side, okay, this should be the value, probably the would not be the right, would not be appropriate. But if you compare the business with the other listed companies and its performance, you see, you compare the Som with other companies which are having, say, company like Redico or company like UB or GM Breweries or whichever are the listed companies. If you compare their parameters like EBITDA and the PET and the cost of operations, manpower cost, everything, if you compare, you will find these Som parameters are not less than best in the industry. You compare with on any parameter, Som on any count, Som is doing extraordinary well in all the aspects. So what the others are having valuation, I'm sure why would we not get it? In the coming time, we will get the same, rather better than them, because our growth is consistent of more than 50% the last 3 years, and I hope to have this same growth of the at least 50% in the next 5 years, against the normal industry growth of 7-8%. So I think we will get our due value for the share. So
Right.
and pointing out
Absolutely.
pointing out my valuation from my side would not be right. I think it is let the shareholders, the stakeholders should decide the price, what should be.
Absolutely, absolutely. But what I found very interesting is that you continue to expect to see that strong growth that you've been seeing. So when you would talk about maybe a ballpark figure, if one had to give, would that be for FY25 around 1,500 crores is something that is easily achievable for the company?
Yes, yes, in the coming year, we are going to achieve that. There is no two way about it. Mhm.
And also in
As-
terms of margin trends, Mr. Arora, what do you think about that as well? The company has been reporting margins in that 11 to 13% range so far in the last couple of years that you can look at it. That's the range that it's been. So, what are you expecting in terms of margins? How are you seeing the raw material price currently? And could we expect a bit of an expansion there as well?
You see, if you look at the margins in comparison to the other things, like UB is the market leader. They have been into the leading position, number one position for many years, and having the market share of more than 50-60% in the country. So if you compare, if reaching at that level, what their EBITDA is and what this thing, so our performance is also at the same level if you compare the parameters. So our margins are not less than the industry, but we we are trying to make our profitability better and better. But point is, our the major investment is in the bottles. Because we are expanding into the markets. When you go into the new markets, it's a lot of investment like capex. You have to invest in the bottles and machineries and capacities. So whatever increase in the profitability comes, it goes into the balancing the new markets, promotions, incentives because of the establishing the new markets. So our figures are not visible profitability figure, but as soon this market will stabilize, this our profitability would be certainly better than our peers in the coming time.
Okay. Now, the International Wine Association has recently urged the state governments to implement inflation-based pricing model to compensate for the surge in the raw material prices that we see of late. So, what is the possibility of this request being considered?
You see, there are very few states who are having this kind of conditions. These states are like Andhra, Telangana, Rajasthan, and Odisha. These are the markets. Otherwise, markets like Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Kerala. These are the markets which allows you to keep the pricing according to you. So if you look at the best policy at this moment is being adopted by the Karnataka. They tell you that you keep whatever price you want to keep. Our taxation is so much of percentage, 125 or 150 or 200%, whatever is the taxation is, that will be charged on your price, which is a fair way of doing the business to allow to the companies. But in few states, few bureaucrats, they want to control you for the prices as well. So few states are there, but this is now the states like Rajasthan and Telangana, who have controlled the prices and have not allowed the companies to increase the prices, they are suffering because of supplies. Now, Telangana is deprived of the supplies because of the not giving the prices at the right time to the companies. Same is with Rajasthan. Same is with Andhra. So now what actually happening is their revenue is suffering more because when you supply beer or when you supply liquor, you make 10%, but government makes 250% out on your product. In your sales price, you make 10%, 12%, 13% EBITDA. But government makes on the same product 300%, 250%. So now government is suffering more on their revenue side rather than the industry. So now they are getting soft, they are getting liberal, and I'm sure this will be allowed, and this representation given by the SYA will certainly have its suitable place, and industry would be benefited by this.
Okay, Mr. Arora, thank you so much as always for joining in with us on ET Now. It's always a pleasure
you.
having you on the show, and a very positive commentary that's come in from the management of Som Distilleries as well. Expect to continue the strong growth that they're seeing as well, and obviously in turn starting to see better operational parameters will be coming in for Som Distilleries going forward is what the company is highlighting, and that's what the management just told us. But
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.